Governor Bevin joins 11 other states in a lawsuit against the Obama administration. What the Kentucky governor has to say about transgender bathroom directives.
It's video you have to see.
It felt like somebody punched me in the back of the head.
We'll show you just how close a Kentucky police officer got to a lightning strike.
Motorists, when you see a cyclist, pretend that's someone you love.
Police officers stepping up their patrols across central Kentucky for the annual Horsey 100 bike ride.
This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening. He is joining nearly a dozen other states that are suing the president's administration.
Today, Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin announced that Kentucky is joining a lawsuit over a federal directive concerning transgender bathrooms. Garrett Weimer's tracking the latest developments in this story tonight and how it will affect this state. It's our top story at 6.
Fayette County Schools says they're already in compliance with those federal guidelines, but the outcome of the lawsuit could be big for other school districts across the Commonwealth. Governor Bevin said his administration will join the lawsuit because the Attorney General won't. But AG Beshear says the governor never talked to him about the issue and accused the governor of, quote, playing politics. Meantime, the decision to join the lawsuit has provoked strong reactions from all sides.
This is a presidential edict having to do with local schools. You could not be jumping in line on an issue any greater. There are so many different layers of government bureaucracy between the president and the local school systems, and for him to attempt to subvert all those different layers of bureaucracy is just wrong.
Others, though, say Kentucky is now fighting on the wrong side of history.
Governor Bevin didn't have to do this. This is, him taking an initiative that does not represent the state of Kentucky. Him taking an initiative that several states have done that seeks to undermine the idea of equality for all of our citizens.
WKYT's political editor Bill Bryant says the tough talk between Bevin and Beshear could be an ongoing theme as a result of disagreements over the law and public policy. In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
And Kentucky is the 12th state to join that lawsuit. Officials from 11 states filed the suit on Wednesday.
We are kicking off the Memorial Day weekend and the unofficial start to summer, but our weather, though, thinks it really is summer.
It does. The heat and humidity we are seeing today, though, isn't going away anytime soon, so be patient. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell has an early look at that weekend forecast. Hey, Jim.
Yeah, we're going to have to deal with it, guys, all through the 7-day forecast. We're going to have heat, humidity, and a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Some chances a little bit better than others. Right now, looking in on folks across parts of southeastern Kentucky, where we've been tracking some of the rain here from the National Weather Service in Jackson. You can actually see the rain shaft, all of it coming down off in the distance there from one of the showers or thunderstorms that we've been watching for a while now. Here's what it actually looks like on radar. We can see some heavy rain approaching the Jackson area and plenty of heavy rain spread out through the rest of Breathitt County. So the setup that we see out there today, and you're going to have a better idea of what's going on, scattered chances, showers and thunderstorms. This will be what continues throughout most of our weekend. I don't think it's a washout at all at any certain point. We'll just have rounds of showers and storms that look a whole lot like this as we get into your Saturday, Sunday, and even Monday itself. Amber looking a little bit better, smaller chances of rain creeping into the area. Now, as you know, and I know, severe weather has been slamming the central U.S. this week. Last night, a deputy in southern Kentucky got an up-close look at a lightning strike. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, really close. Mike Linden is talking to a McCracken County deputy about just how strong lightning can be.
Spring and summer in Kentucky can feature lots of severe weather, and with it, plenty of lightning.
The best time to see it, of course, is the springtime and in early summer. Why? Because that's the best time for thunderstorms to develop across the Ohio Valley.
As a McCracken County Sheriff's Department deputy found out, it's not exactly fun up close. Check out this dash cam video shot Thursday afternoon.
Well, two reasons. One, it would be...
Yeah, that's the closest I've ever been to a lightning strike, and that's hopefully the closest I'll ever be to a lightning strike. It felt like somebody punched me in the back of the head.
Sergeant Shepard says the lightning was so strong, it knocked the camera loose from his windshield mount.
I never would have dreamed that lightning would have had that type of concussive force. Both what I felt and the minor damage that it did to my vehicle.
What's important to remember about lightning is the unpredictable nature of it. While storms can be forecasted, it's near impossible to pinpoint lightning strikes.
It's like trying to track a needle in a haystack. You cannot predict exactly where, because if we could, we wouldn't have all these lightning rods on buildings because we wouldn't need them.
As the summer draws closer and the chance for storms continues to run high, lightning will continue to play a big part in Kentucky. In Lexington, Mike Linden, WKYT.
You know, sometimes we throw around the words amazing, incredible, and they don't really, we shouldn't, and that, I think, is fitting of that.
It is incredible. You know, years ago when I worked at our sister station in eastern Kentucky, we had lightning strike the building, and one of our kids was visiting us and had headphones in his ear, and it blew the headphones attached to his iPod out of his ears. Just an amazing thing, the energy passing through the building.
Well, we should tell people while no one was injured from that lightning strike, the National Weather Service says that an average of 80 people a year die from lightning and more than 300 are injured. So when we tell you to watch out for lightning and severe weather, that's what we mean.
It's the underrated weather killer, yeah.
All right, Jim, thanks so much. Sam?
Dozens of people in southern Kentucky spending the holiday weekend cleaning up. Flash flooding last night in Wayne County damaged some cars and even knocked a home off its foundation. Phil Pendleton takes a look at the damage.
The creek below Connie Foster's Wayne County home is, well, just a creek, but Thursday afternoon it became a river.
It had just come a real good hard downpouring rain.
Enough water to pick up cars and trailers and toss them around like matchbox cars.
And the next thing I know, cars hit this trailer, knocked the trailer into the side of hers and just shoved it all into the tree.
Her daughter's home is a total loss. She doesn't have insurance.
All I could worry about is how close she came to being pinned in there.
The emergency management director says the Highway 167 area received more than 2 inches of rain.
And so it was just one big lake.
Don Bertram says that came down in less than 30 minutes. During a normal rainfall, the water would come out of these hills over here to my right and would settle into this cave down here just to my left. But yesterday, that cave, all that rain was simply too much. It collected and it then came down into here. It didn't take long then for all of that rainwater to cover this field and then get into several of the homes. Property owners tell me they still don't know how much damage was done.
Clean truckloads out.
Bertram fears there's probably more damage under the house than in it.
There's going to be a lot of cleanup.
All the water's gone now, leaving a lot of debris and questions of where some will now live.
She'll stay with me. We'll try to figure something out.
In Wayne County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
The emergency management director says they also received a report of a small sinkhole opening on Kendrick Avenue in Monticello, but the weather caused no other major structural damage. And just a day after nearly 24 students were trapped at a western Kentucky cave, it's business as usual. 19 college students from Clemson were trapped at Hidden River Cave in Hart County because of high water. All of them made it out safely with no injuries. Today, Hidden River Cave was back open for business and tours.
A trial date has been set for 2 men accused of killing a Lexington Marine. Police say Quincinio Canada and Dewan Mullazem shot and killed Jonathan Price during a robbery outside Austin City Saloon nearly 2 years ago. The pair is also charged in a string of robberies across the city. Victor Puente was in the courtroom for today's hearing.
After a few delays in this case, the 2 men charged with killing Jonathan Price will go to trial next year. That shooting happened in June of 2014. Jonathan Price and his wife, Megan, were both shot outside of Austin City Saloon during a robbery. Jonathan died. Megan was hospitalized but survived. Quincinio Canada and Dewan Mullazem are charged with robbing and shooting the couple. Their trial for murder and robbery is set to begin next year. Both men are also charged with several other robberies around Lexington. In April, their attorney asked Judge Pamela Goodwine to separate the robberies from their murder case. She separated all but one. Police say Canada and Mullazem stole a gun outside of a Quality Inn and used it to kill Price 6 days later. Because of scheduling conflicts, the earliest date their attorneys and prosecutors could agree to is September 18th of next year. During the hearing, Quincinio Canada's attorney asked the judge if he could be held in Fayette County. He's currently being held in Jefferson County, where he's also facing charges. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Mulazim's wife, Shalonda, is charged with tampering with physical evidence in this case. Today, prosecutors told the judge they would be working with her attorney to get her case resolved long before her husband's trial begins. Lexington mother who was murdered last week has been laid to rest today. Amy Kogel was found shot to death in her backyard a week ago. The New York native had 3 children, was a Girl Scout troop leader and a board member for the Community Action Council. Police say her boyfriend, William Pomeroy, admitted to killing her after they got into an argument about him spending money he inherited on drugs. The family asked that donations be made to the Daughters of Wisdom Retirement Fund.
Thousands of cyclists will hit the road this holiday weekend. The 39th annual Horsey 100 will take cyclists through 5 central Kentucky counties. Now, last year, the event turned tragic after a car hit and killed one of the cyclists. This year, police officers are doing everything they can to make sure everyone is safe. Caitlin Sentner has their safety plan.
Well, at this point, in comparison to last year, you know, things are about the same.
Everything looked good ahead of the Horsey 100, but the event took a dark turn. A tragedy as the event dealt with its first death when cyclist Mark Hinkle was hit and killed. That driver, police say, was drunk behind the wheel. Cyclists will remember their friend in the event's 39th year by sporting some new gear.
We wanted a way to remember Mark, and we thought that doing it on the jersey would be a good way.
The band across jersey sleeves won't be the only new sight.
While last year's situation was a tragedy, it could have just as easily been a frustrated motorist who drives too fast on a corner.
That's why law enforcement are crossing lines into other jurisdictions to keep these cyclists safe.
Organizers say most cyclists feel it's safest for them to hug the side of the roadway, but I'm told that's actually not the case. I'm told it's safest for them to ride about 3 feet into the roadway so drivers can see them, but that means those drivers need to be mindful.
Motorists, when you see a cyclist, pretend that's someone you love. Pretend it's your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister or your kid and act accordingly. And I think if you do that, everybody will be safe.
2,500 cyclists will take on the streets this weekend beginning Saturday morning.
You know, if everybody is patient and courteous and communicates, and if the weather cooperates, everything is going to be fine.
In Georgetown, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
Also, a celebration ahead of the Horsey 100 is underway right now at Georgetown College.
Next on WKYT News at 6, Lexington's new traffic camera system is live. We'll show you how these cameras will help with the daily commute.
WKYT is putting the new back in late news with newer stories and more updates. So there's less repetition, which means no wasted time. WKYT News at 11. Newer, fresher, worth staying up for.
Some things are simply impossible to ignore. The strikingly designed Lexus NX Turbo and Hybrid, the SUV that dares to go beyond utility. Lease the 2016 NX 200 Turbo for $329 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
Come see what's new at Signature Furniture. You'll find incredible leather furniture from FlexSteel, America's seating specialist. If fabric sofas are more your style, you'll love the beautifully crafted pieces from which to choose. Spend more time with the family with these inviting living rooms, or make plans for everyone to gather around this beautiful dining room and get the rest you need in one of these relaxing bedrooms. That's Signature Furniture on Nicholasville Road across from Zandel Shopping Center. What's your signature?
Kentucky Lottery sales have funded grants and scholarships for over 500,000 Kentucky college students. So every time you play, the Commonwealth wins.
Fueling imagination.
Funding education.
Looking to save big during Honda's Memorial Day sales event? Honda's got it. Get more for less with absolutely zero due-it signing on new Hondas. Every Honda's on sale. Get a new Civic for $179 a month, Accords for $189 a month, CR-Vs for $219 a month. Ready to save on the #1 selling sedan, compact car, and SUV? Honda's got it during Honda's Memorial Day sales event this week at your Central Kentucky Honda dealers.
At the Joseph A. Bank Memorial Day sale, all suits and sport coats are on sale. Plus, buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free on most everything else in the store. Plus, suit specials for $199. And take an extra 50% off clearance. Only at Joseph A. Bank.
It's never been easier to lease or own a symmetrical all-wheel drive Subaru than right now during Quantrell's huge spring sale. During May, own a new 2016 Forester for only $23,960 or lease it for just $224 per month. Or own a new 2016 Legacy for only $21,900 or lease it for just $218 per month. Discover why Quantrell is Kentucky's #1 sales volume Subaru dealer for the last 4 years. Come into Quantrell today. We have great lease and finance specials.
Bluegrass Medical Aesthetics wants to help you on the path to wellness and healthy youthful aging. Hormone replacement, medically supervised weight loss, Botox, Kybella, and more. Located in Georgetown next to Qdoba. Visit us at bmaky.com.
Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
The roads will be busy this weekend. AAA estimating 38 million drivers will hit the road, the most in 11 years.
And just in time for the busy weekend, the city of Lexington debuting a new camera system to keep traffic flowing smoothly. The city says the 79 new high-definition traffic cameras are a way to help with the morning and evening commutes. The cameras are set up on the most traveled roads in Lexington.
You can actually access all 79 of the cameras available to us and to the first responders, so you'll be able to join in as well. It's overlaid with the Google traffic map, and you have 15-second intervals, so you click on it once, you'll have 15 seconds of streaming, live streaming traffic. So.
The cameras are on the city's website, so you can also see the cameras by visiting WKYT.com, or you can also keep up with traffic on the go using the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app for your iPhone or smartphone.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
Here we go into a holiday weekend, one that is going to look a whole lot like it has the past few days. While here in Lexington we haven't had the first drop of rain today, other areas have across southern and eastern Kentucky, and that's going to be the setup moving into the weekend. Let's talk about some of these headlines as we get ourselves into the extended holiday weekend. For many of you, it's going to be a soupy one. And what that means is humidity levels are going to be high, and we're also going to track some chances of showers and thunderstorms throughout the duration. So as you head out, starting maybe this evening or tomorrow, we're going to have some chances of showers and storms around. Let's break down the next 3 days, though. 83 with a chance of showers and storms into your Saturday, and muggy. Tropical air will be with us all weekend long and into your Monday. Monday actually looks like it's going to be the better chance to have some small chances of rain. So storms are going to be around, very little change, even beyond our holiday weekend. You go into next week, we're still tracking showers and thunderstorms and maybe even more of that humidity hanging out with us. Here's what we've got with our Defender radar network tracking that rain. Moving through parts of eastern Kentucky and southern Kentucky. Hit and miss. That's the variety that we're getting out there today. We track one of the heavier ones that we've been watching the past little bit. Right over top of the folks there in Jackson, and continues to work toward the north, and will eventually cross back over closer to the Mountain Parkway here soon too. Tracking some showers around Leslie County, Perry County. You go out close to Lake Cumberland as well with a decent little shower. This isn't a thunder shower, but certainly producing some heavier rain as it's now getting more so into Pulaski County. Storms and steam, that's been the setup the past few days, and this map has changed very little. Very little at all. It will continue into the weekend. We're going to see the same pattern locked in even into the early parts of next week, as we likely only track a few showers and thunderstorms around here. Here's the hour-by-hour look as we move forward here. We are looking at a few showers and storms out there this evening. Overnight, things quieten down. We get into Saturday, into the afternoon and evening. We'll watch those shower and thunderstorm chances pop up again with cool spots showing up out there. It's just focusing in on some of the rains. If you're caught under the rain, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Here comes our 7-day forecast, which has all of those rain chances hanging out with a small chance into your Memorial Day there on Monday. But the chances just keep on coming. And at no point, guys, do I think it's going to completely cancel some of your plans out there, because it's not going to be nonstop rain. It might rain for an hour or so, but it will clear up. So keep that in mind.
But for right now, it's the weekend, and that's what we're happy about,
That's
right?
what all of us, and some even happier than others, because 3 days.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay.
The Georgia athletic director is apologizing.
Well, kind of what you'd call an embarrassing story coming out of Athens today. It involves the rapper Ludacris. And what's the latest on Marcus Lee? Where could he be headed to finish up his career? Sports is next.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you, like WKYT on Facebook.
At Gates Honda in Richmond, our grand opening will be low-key. No hot dogs, balloons, loud music, no gorillas. We have great deals waiting for you on over 100 new Hondas. At Gates Honda in Richmond, we sell new Hondas for less because we can.
Back in 1809, I, Ephraim McDowell, performed the very first abdominal surgery right here in Danville. And since that time, I've seen generations of medical professionals build upon my work. I've seen awe-inspiring breakthroughs, and I've seen doctors with the ability to cure ailments that even I would have thought impossible. Today, the hospital that bears my name still captures the essence of who I am, and I could not be prouder.
Lexington Overstock Warehouse is open this weekend only for our big Memorial Day sale. Get quality furniture and mattresses at incredibly low prices. Queen bed $197, Serta Queen mattress set $277. Go to LexingtonOverstockWarehouse.com for more details. It's Memorial Day Block Party Weekend at Green's Toyota. It's a sale so big, we need 4 blocks to hold it. With over 600 vehicles priced to sell. So hurry in to Kentucky's #1 Toyota dealer, Green's Toyota. Green's.
During Sleep Outfitters Memorial Day sale, we give you 3 great reasons to take home a Tempur-Pedic. 1. Find Tempur-Pedic queen sets on a Tempur-Up adjustable base for just $34 a month. 2. Receive a Visa prepaid gift card worth up to $400 with your select Tempur adjustable purchase. 3. Get up to 6 years no-interest financing on many Tempur-Pedic sets. It's 3 great reasons to buy Tempur-Pedic during the Memorial Day sale at Sleep Outfitters.
Attention Lexington and surrounding areas. Toyota on Nicholasville's hail sale continues through Memorial Day only. New Toyotas and used vehicles with minor hail damage have been drastically discounted. Get $5,900 off new Toyotas. Pre-owned vehicles start under $6,000. Under $6 grand. Hurry! This unprecedented event ends Memorial Day. Don't miss the hail sale at Toyota Nicholasville. The big Toyota store. Where price sells cars. Toyota on Nicholasville.com.
Kevin's Carpets has a brand new tile and stone showroom. Come see us and let us help you remodel your showers, your bathroom, your kitchen, and your backsplashes. Kevin's Carpets in Lexington and Georgetown. Why, you'd be crazy to buy flooring anyplace else.
It's the Memorial Day sale event at Mattress Overstock with half-off savings on your triple choice of comfort. A new Sealy Posturepedic Queen in plush, firm, or pillow top was $10.99, now just $5.99. Visit Mattress Overstock to find your new mattress today.
At Gates Honda in Richmond, we want to service your Honda, regardless of where you bought it. We believe that once you've experienced our service department, you'll never go anywhere else to service or purchase your Honda. Come see us at Gates Honda on the Bypass in Richmond.
Now that Marcus Lee has left UK, fans want to know where he might be headed. Lee has said he would like to be closer to home, which is Northern California. ESPN's Jeff Goodman tweeting out earlier today that the University of California is the early front-runner to land him. Berkeley, about 35 miles from Antioch, where Lee grew up. Lee chose Kentucky over the Bears and Louisville coming out of Deer Valley High School. New UK women's assistant Lynn Dunn has more than 40 years of basketball experience, coaching in both the WNBA and at the college level. She's 69 years old, but she brings a certain swagger to Matthew Mitchell's program. Dunn coached the Indiana Fever to a WNBA title, and she says she knows how to get players ready for the pros. Dunn says she can be a great resource for women who want to play at the next level.
I think any player that's had a dream of being a professional player, any young girl that's grown up thinking, I want to be in the WNBA, what a great opportunity for her to come here and let me talk to her about how to do it. Here's what you're going to have to do. You know, and I'm pretty forthright with, here's the path. If you want this, here's what you have to do. Now, if you don't do this, it's not going to happen for you.
The NCAA Golf Championships underway in Eugene, Oregon. The Wildcats making their 6th appearance in the event in the Brian Craig era at UK. First-round team scores, Clemson and Illinois are just out on the course. They are both 2 under. UK grabbed a lead early, but then slipped on the back 9, tied for 21st at +9. David Snyder, low man for Kentucky. He is even after round 1. Tyler McDaniel is at +2. And in the NAI National Tournament in Silvis, Illinois, Brian Kendrick finishes 36th and leads the University of the Cumberlands to a 9th place finish there. The state track and field meet getting underway this afternoon over at UK. The 1A meet today, the 2 and 3A meets are tomorrow. This is Abby Van Hove anchoring the Lexington Catholic 4x800 team, Catholic winning just a tick off the state record. 9-time French Open champion Rafael Nadal pulling out of the Grand Slam tournament today because of an injury to his left wrist. Nadal was scheduled to play in the 3rd round tomorrow. He has ruled the French Open in a way that no other man ever dominated any Grand Slam. He is 72-2 at Roland Garros, winning 4 consecutive titles from 2005 to 2008 and another 5 straight from 2010 to 2014. And finally, Greg McGarity, the athletic director at Georgia, is apologizing. It was disclosed that the rapper Ludacris was paid $65,000 to perform at halftime of the spring game and was also provided liquor and a box of condoms. Ludacris, a 3-time Grammy winner, performed less than 15 minutes before the 93,000 Bulldog fans back in April. McGarity said more attention should have been given to the artist's hospitality rider, and he said that few things have bothered him more in his professional career than the situation. And that's sports. Sam Amber, back to you.
Okay, Rob, thank you. Final check of your First Alert forecast is next.
Then on the CBS Evening News, the TSA says it's improving long lines, but how are they doing as summer travel season officially begins?
WKYT's First Alert Weather follows you wherever you go, on TV, online, on your phone, and throughout the day on Wild 103.9.
I've been a pizza maker for over 30 years. Believe me, pizza love just doesn't get any deeper than this.
Get ready for our thickest, crispiest pizza ever. Papa John's new pan pizza, loaded with cheese that spills over the edge and bakes into a crunchy, delicious crust. Get our new pan pizza with up to 3 toppings for just $10.
Better ingredients, better pizza, papajohns.com.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Gates. This Memorial Day weekend at Toyota South, you can lease a new 2016 Camry for only $180 a month for 36 months. Or get 0% 72-month financing. We have factory fresh new 2016 Tacomas, Tundras, Highlanders, and RAV4s in stock. And during May, Toyota South will donate a new bicycle to the Kentucky Foster Adoptive Child Association with every new Toyota purchase. Toyota South is on the bypass in Richmond.
I'm Hannah Hornback, and this is my family. My dad works hard to grow our popcorn. So does my twin brother Ben. We all do. When you buy Kentucky Proud, you're helping to support farm families like mine. Look for Kentucky Proud popcorn from Preferred Popcorn and other Kentucky Proud products available every day at Kroger.
Bring home Kentucky Proud Preferred Popcorn. It's on sale now, 2 for just $3. And Field or Fisher's hot dogs are 10 for $10 at Kroger.
At the Joseph A. Bank Memorial Day sale, all suits and sport coats are on sale. Plus, buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free on most everything else in the store. Plus, suit specials for $199. And take an extra 50% off clearance. Only at Joseph A. Bank.
In case you haven't noticed, someone around here is hanging banners. Bob Allen Motor Mall is the #1 volume Ram dealer in Kentucky, 5 years running. Why? Bob Allen stocks the area's best selection of new Ram pickups, including heavy-duty Ram trucks. Plus, all new Ram purchases include powertrain coverage for life. You know, it's good to be #1. The Bob Allen Motor Mall on Maple Avenue in Danville. We are Kentucky's deal maker.
Tell me another way people say mother.
Mommy.
Sheila?
Mommy.
Oh, mommy. You want mommy. Y'all crazy.
Family Feud, 1 full hour starting at 7 on the CW Lexington.
All right, a lot of people on the road right now heading to have a good time at the lake and the river, hoping for some good weather, my friend.
And they're going to have spots of good weather in between some of the showers and thunderstorms that we track Saturday through your Monday. It's not going to be a washout every single day. The chances are just a little bit higher through the weekend, I believe. But once we get to Memorial Day proper, you're in much better shape. I think more sun than rain that day.
But that Chris Bailey's already at the pool ahead of us, isn't he?
Oh, he's lounging out there. I can see it.
Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great Friday night. We'll see you at 11.